Hello, my name is Mahmoud. I'm a gay, vegetarian, agnostic, Arab, Egyptian, and for all of the above, Arab Nasalam. First of all, I want to clarify that the story that I'm sharing here is a story of hope, not a story of terror. I'm still in the middle of my story. My story is not done yet, and there is a lot of uncertainty in my life. I'm fully aware of the consequences of sharing such a video. But I can't help but feel that my story is worth sharing because it's not just my story. It's the story of thousands of people living in the Arabic world and other countries where LGBT people are persecuted and are in constant threat, under constant threat, and so I've decided to share it. I've decided to tell people my story. As I said, my name is Mahmoud. I'm 22 and I'm currently residing in Barcelona, Spain. I'm within the process of seeking asylum. I grew up in Egypt, in a community where conservativeness is the norm. Nothing has would ever help a gay person or assist him or guide him towards how to live in such a community. I'm not condemning the community. I'm condemning the fact that people have grown intolerant when it comes to difference. I've grown in a country where LGBT people are captured, tortured, raped, and imprisoned from 3 to 9 years. Afterwards, they would have to spend half of that duration spending one night in jail every single week. Most of the cases, they would not be able to find a job afterwards, would not be able to travel out of the country. Basically, their life gets terminated. How do they get captured, you may ask? The police launches a lot of attacks using fake accounts on social applications like Grindr in order to capture people or trick people into meeting with someone, and eventually it is the police. After they capture someone, they usually torture the person into telling the names of a couple of other people, promising him or her that they are going to reduce the time that that person is going to spend in jail. I grew up with a lot of fear. Fear that I would be harmed by my family. Fear that I would be harmed by the community. Fear that I would be harmed by the ones I love. Fear that I would be imprisoned. Fear that I would be tortured. Fear that I would be raped. I fear that nobody is going to speak about it. And this is again why I'm sharing this video. Because I want to speak about it. I want to speak about it for every single person who has been raped or tortured in Egypt. I want to speak about it for every single person who is living in fear. I want to speak about it for every 16-year-old who decided that jumping out of the 10th floor is the solution for his life or her life, instead of just fighting and going on with life. I'm sharing my story because it deserves sharing. And I highly respect your beliefs, whoever you are. I highly respect that maybe in your religion homosexuality is condemned, but in what religion in the world is torture and rape and imprisonment for 3 to 9 years is in the least humane or accepted? How can you voice and preach of mercy and hopefulness and the community and love when you're pursuing such an act? The first time I left Egypt, seeking a better life, I went to Romania. It was the only country at the time that I could possibly afford. I went there seeking education. Little did I know that I would be perceived with a lot of racism. Not from everybody. I know a lot of really good Romanian people. But unfortunately, with the grand majority of my experiences were extremely harmful, extremely bad. I ran out of my country because of homophobia and the persecution. And I went to Romania to receive a lot of Islamophobia. It went from different cases, from being called a terrorist on a bus, to being told to shut up in a gay community, in a gay organization created to help LGBT people, because I might be as well a terrorist and I don't deserve to talk. I've been talked about behind my back. I've been told to go back to where I came from by a university professor during class in front of all my colleagues. I've been beat up in the street while walking one night, just peacefully trying to get home in a main road. My life hasn't been easy. And I cannot find my place in the world. So I'm trying deeply to create it, not just for me, for everybody who's like me. LGBT people, Arabic LGBT people, will leave our countries hoping for a better life, usually in Europe. And then we receive a lot of Islamophobia. Please change that. Please, anywhere, whether our countries, other countries, be kind to us. We literally have nowhere to go. A couple of months ago, 7 to be precise, I arrived in Spain. And to my delight, to my luck, to my years of hardship, I found amazingly kind people. They were so kind, so nice. They treated me like one of their own. And they helped me to decide to apply for the asylum here. I would like to grab attention to one more thing. A couple of years ago, there was an agreement called the Dublin Agreement. Dublin Agreement basically says that the only place where you can apply for an asylum in Europe is in the country of your first arrival. So if your first entry was to a country like Romania, you cannot apply for an asylum other than Romania. I apply for the asylum. I'm applying for the asylum, knowing that there is a very thin chance I might get it. But I can't stay in Romania. And I can't stay in Egypt. I need to flourish in a place where I can truly be me, all parts of me. Arab, Egyptian, vegetarian, gay, agnostic, and finally, a refugee. Thank you for listening.